a chance that it's going to get cold, and these bricks, while they're drying, if they freeze, they'll burst. There goes all your hard work. So we've got about 130 tons of clay over here. This part of Virginia, like I was saying, you can dig up clay anywhere you go. So oftentimes you, as a brickmaker, go to your client's property and you dig up their clay on their land. So this would represent then, let's say, Mr. Taylor's clay. That's his house up the hill. So we're going to keep picking on him. But to be honest with you, this clay gets brought to us from just outside of town because we're a museum. We can't keep digging up a hole here of 130 tons every summer. Somebody would fall in that hole. So this gets delivered to us. That's good clay. We'll dump it in the pit here. We'll soak it with water, and then you tread the clay. You walk through it with your bare feet. So you come back in the summertime. Everybody comes to Colonial Williamsburg in the summertime and wants to put their feet in the clay. I can't say I blame them, but you get to walk through the clay. If you don't want to walk through the clay while you're here, you can sit on the bench and watch people fall down. That's half the fun, quite honestly. But if you do take a stroll through the clay, you're helping us out. You're mixing the water and the clay together, basically kneading it up into a dough. You can then pack it into a mold like this one here. This is the mold we were using last summer. Howdy, folks.
Hi.
So the mold is usually dusted with sand. Keeps everything from sticking, kind of like flour when you bake. And we do 2 bricks at a time to keep the mold from getting too heavy. It gets taken out here to the sand beds, laid out onto the sand. Usually about 2 or 3 days, the bricks will dry up into what we call a green brick. I know it's yellow, don't worry. Green just means it's not finished yet. So you're making these kinds of bricks all summer long because it's hot, it's dry, it's sunny. That's good brick making weather. If you're someplace where it doesn't rain very often, that's not Virginia, you can build with that sun-dried brick and it works out fine. It's like an adobe brick out west. So if you're out in New Mexico or Texas or California, someplace where the Spanish are settling, it's very dry. Go ahead and skip the rest of brick making. Just build with sun-dried brick, they'll be fine. But Virginia is very rainy. We're settled by the English. They bring their rainy weather with them, apparently. So we bake all our bricks, and that seals them up, makes them waterproof. So we can build with them. And we tend to do that in the fall when the weather has gotten too chilly to make bricks anymore. So you take all your sun-dried bricks, and for us, maybe about 20, 25,000 is what we will make in the summer. And we stack them up, big 12-foot tall mass of them. You light fires under that stack of bricks. The heat rises, cooks all your bricks. Don't imagine us putting bricks into a kiln, because that means we'd have to build a kiln. And when you build a kiln, it's a permanent oven. You're stuck with it in one spot. I want to be able to move around. I'm a free man, folks. You can't tie me down. So a brickmaker's going to be moving around, going to where the business is to make bricks. So we build ourselves that temporary oven out of all the sun-dried bricks, cook your whole stack. This is what you end up with then. And then the brickmaker rides off, goes to make bricks for somebody else. But meanwhile, let me tell you about these bricks that you end up with here. You usually get 3 grades. Because the heat is all concentrated at the bottom, you get an overcooked brick at the bottom of your stack. It's what we call a clinker brick. It's really dark, really dense, very waterproof. Cannot be cut on the line you want it to. You have to use it as a full brick. I'm sorry about that. Just accept your fate. The red brick, though, is a perfect brick. If about 50 or 60% of your bricks turn out red, that's considered a success. They can be cut or chopped the way you like them. So if you need half a brick or a quarter of a brick, you can do that with your brick hammer. They're also waterproof, and everybody kind of likes that red color. That's what we all kind of get used to as a brick, is that kind of stereotypical red color. That just happens to come from the iron that's in the clay. Iron will oxidize, give you a red brick. The salmon brick up at the very tip top is a little undercooked, therefore it's a little less durable. You have to hide that away inside a wall. Don't let this guy get wet, or else he'll start to fall apart like his uncooked brother here. So these bricks are still useful. You're still paying the full price for them. We're not giving you a deal on them. You just got to hide them away when you build with them. So keep them dry, they'll be fine. So you face your the cavalry's probably getting ready to attack. You face your house with the red bricks. You build maybe your cellar out of your clinker bricks. These guys, they're all behind the scenes holding up the way to your house.